Art Integrated Project. Subject Science. Guided by Sanjay Hiswankar Sir, Physics. Topic Pollution due to thermal power plants in Orissa. A project by 10B Girls. Power generation in Orissa. Power generation is one of the important sectors in Orissa. The state is rich in coal. It contains one-fifth of coal reserves in the country. The power station has received a huge boost after some government measures adopted in 1994. Thermal power plants in Orissa. Early on, Orissa handed over its electricity transmission and distribution to private players. Over time, this has yielded very good results. Orissa now boasts of a number of thermal power plants. This has ensured good electricity for the state. Here is the map for Orissa thermal power plants. Some of the Orissa thermal power plants are TPS. The Talcher Super Thermal Power Plant is located at Kaniha in Orissa. It generates 3000 megawatts of electricity. It is the second largest power plant in India. It is one of the major Orissa thermal plants. NTPC, the National Thermal Power Corporation power unit at Angul in Orissa. It has an approved capacity of 3000 megawatts. Its source of coal is the Talcher coal field. It gets its water from the nearby Samel Barrage reservoir. The state it benefits are Orissa, Bihar, Sikkim, Damodar, Valley Corporation, West Bengal, Jharkhand and South Indian states. Disadvantages of thermal power plants. First, the running cost of thermal power station is more as compared to hydropower station. Second, it pollutes the atmosphere due to producing of large amount of smoke and fumes. Third, maintenance cost is more. Fourth, skilled persons are required for erecting and maintenance of the power station. Fifth, the land requirement is more for storage of coal and ash. Advantages of thermal power plants. First, thermal power station has less initial cost as compared to hydroelectric generating station. Second, it requires less space as compared to hydroelectric power station. Third, the fuel cost is less compared to the gas. Fourth, huge amount of generation is less as compared to diesel power station. Fifth, the cost of generation is less as compared to diesel power station. How thermal power plants affects the people. Air pollution. Thermal power plants are known to pump out a lot of green gases and ash, which are byproducts of burning of fossil fuels. Whilst thermal power plants do use solar or nuclear energy, they are heavily reliant on fossil fuels. Carbon dioxide is one of the main gas that released from the burning of fossil fuels and is known to be greenhouse gas and a contributor of global warming. Out of all gases released from the thermal power plant, carbon dioxide is the main one, and thermal power plants are one of the main contributor of increased carbon dioxide levels throughout the world. Sulfur dioxide is another gas that is released from a thermal power plants. Whilst it is technically not a greenhouse gas, it is known to have indirect effect to the atmosphere because it can affect the scattering of incoming sunlight and the formation of cloud and precipitation patterns. So, in many cases, it is considered as an indirect greenhouse gas. Sulfur dioxide forms a sulfuric acid in atmosphere. This can then return to Earth as acid rain and impact various ecosystems. The level of sulfur dioxide released from thermal power plants depends on the amount of sulfur in coal that is used, where the coal use has an average 0.1 and 3.5% sulfur depending on which type is used. Thermal power plants are also largest emitters of sulfur dioxide worldwide. Fly ash impacts. The impact of coal combustion residues CCRs is long term, which influences contaminants accumulation and the health of aquatic life in water associated with coal-fired power plants. These fly ash contains a broad range of metals, for example, cadmium, arsenic, mercury, lead, and selenium, but the concentration of these are generally low. However, if not properly managed, CCRs may cause a risk to human health and the environment. Fly ash disposal remains a major problem. Fly ash leaching aspects. Coal ash toxics have leached from disposal sites in more than 100 communities, carrying toxic substance into above ground waterways and into underground water supplies or aquifers. Selenium, element in fly ash which is stored in ponds as certain. Eating too much selenium in food can cause health problems such as brittle hair and deformed nails in humans, and also can cause deformities in young fish. Soil pollution, CCRs, which include fly ash, bottom ash, boiler slag, and fluidized bed combustion ash and other solid fine particles released by thermal power plants get deposited on soil. It has toxic substances that deteriorates quality of soil and makes it fertile. In the same way, it adds to biomagnification. Water pollution. Water is used as a coolant by thermal power plants, but it is returned at a higher temperature. The sudden change. Temperature decreases oxygen supply and affects the ecosystem. Marine organisms may die or their physiology may be altered and their communities may be disrupted. Factory effluents released in seawater by thermal power plants are warmer, thus change in water quality is observed. Thus it pollutes seawater and subsequently drinking water. Need to prevent pollution. First, its detrimental effects on aquatic ecosystem may be detrimental in the future. Second, to save the wastage of water. Third, to prevent human life from biomagnification. Fourth, to reduce global warming. Fifth, to prevent people from respiratory diseases. Prevention of the pollution. The method of cooling ponds cools the water to a considerable low temperature. Second, dry ash has much higher utilization potential in ash-based products. Third, land reclamation, structural land filling. Fourth, road making, cements and bricks manufacturing. Fifth, the fume smokes and soluble gases such as sulfur dioxide and hydrogen sulfide in flue gases can be removed by using wet type mechanical scrubbers. Mainly, air pollution can be prevented by electrostatic precipitors, low nitrogen oxide burners, flue gas burners, dry ash extraction. Water pollution can be prevented by coal and oil setting pits, ash dikes and disposal systems, ash water recycling systems, effluent treatment plants. Major steps by NTPC. NTPC in Talcher is the largest power utility of the country. Government has decided that coal-fired capacity addition in 13 plants shall be done through supercritical units only. First, NTPC installed refinery system for the waste gases from TPPS. Second, also installed modern equipments and techniques for natural resources and upgraded old ones. Third, it has minimized the waste generation by maximizing utilization of ash. Fourth, planting maximum green trees around plants to neutralize air pollution. Fifth, maintain ecological balance. Sixth, all the power generations have ecological monitoring reviews and online database. Thank you.